So guys, today we're once again taking a look at some fantastic fan films. We're going to begin with a trailer for a new one, a Star Trek fan film, Farragut Forward. Now, this is a follow-up to some older Trek fan films from way back. The Farragut stories were from, I think, like 16 or 17 years ago. I remember there was an episode called The Captaincy, and then there was a time travel story called For Want of a Nail. There were some animated stories as well, done in the animated series Filmation animation style. And then a few years ago, they did another live action episode called The Crossing. Well, they've now taken the story forward, as the name would suggest, from the original TV series era up to the movie era with Farragut Forward. Now, this looks very well put together. The sets and costumes are absolutely spot on. The lighting is great. There's some wonderfully composed shots, and the CG space scenes are brilliant. They actually built practical sets for the bridges and corridors in this film, which is why it looks so good. That includes the bridge of the Farragut, which is, of course, in keeping with the Federation's 23rd century, the film era starships. So that's why it looks like the Enterprise or the Excelsior. Other than that, the trailer looks very well edited, so I look forward to seeing the final production. This is produced by Farragut Films and Chaotica Studios, and it's due out on October 1st, so just a few days away from the time of making this particular video. So check out the trailer below. Moving on, this one is just fantastic. This is a Star Wars fan film. It's called Dark Jedi. Now, it's quite short. It's only 5 minutes long. This is from the YouTube channel Urban Amadai. Probably not pronouncing that correctly. But the lightsaber fights are hardcore because it stars Marie Morum, and she's a Hollywood stunt woman who worked on Rise of Skywalker. So the talent in the fight scene is off the scale. This was written, directed, choreographed, and shot and edited by Lorenz Hideyoshi Rue. Again, I'm not pronouncing that one correctly. The film takes place on the planet Corbus during a major schism of the light and dark side. Visual effects are brilliant. It's quite a short movie, like I say, so I will let this one speak for itself. But I really enjoyed the lightsaber fights, very well put together, fast-paced, brilliantly shot and edited. Just a really great production. Now we're moving on to another Star Wars fan film. This is from The Film Company. A longer Star Wars movie. This is called Star Wars Origins. Very unique. It's 21 minutes long. It's just superb. It's a very different take and reinterpretation of Star Wars. This one actually begins on planet Earth, something we've never seen in Star Wars. The Sahara Desert in 1944, to be exact. And it is incredibly well shot. I mean, just look at this. This looks like a big budget movie. All right, so it is a gorgeous looking film, and the location shooting is so well done. It looks like a combination, and it feels like a combination of a Star Wars film and a little bit of an Indiana Jones film, and also I felt a little bit like Stargate in some respects. So it's just really big. It's very high quality. You've got brilliantly done visual effects shots. There's a Jeep chase. And the CG blends just perfectly with the real locations. So there's these two explorers, Ellie and Walter, and they find these ancient cave paintings of Star Wars characters. And the scenes from Star Wars which have been drawn on these cave walls. Ships that we know from the franchise and, of course, characters. But they're being pursued by a local warlord and by the Nazis. So it's very Indiana Jones-esque in many respects. There's also tanks. I just want to point that out. Just in case you thought the film couldn't get any bigger from a production standpoint. It's just so epic, so professional. Right? There's nothing about this that feels cheap or, oh yeah, it's kind of like a low-budget fan film. No, this feels like the pilot of a new TV series or the opening of a major motion picture. It's probably the most clever and impressive Star Wars fan film that I've seen to date. And the acting is brilliant. And the guy who plays Walter He kind of looks and sounds like a young Harrison Ford. He's got a very Indiana Jones type quality to him, which I think might have been on purpose. This film was written and directed by Phil Hawkins. What can I say? I'm running out of superlatives for this one. It's just next level fan filmmaking. So check that one out as well. The last one, we're moving away from Star Trek and Star Wars. We're going to take a look at a Marvel fan film to finish with in the X-Men universe. So this is from a few years back. It's directed by Jensen Noem, and it's called Gambit, Play for Keeps. It's freaking incredible. Again, it's 20 minutes long and obviously focused on the character of Gambit, who we know was originally going to have his own official Marvel movie after X-Men Origins Wolverine, but that never happened. But this fan film is a great showcasing of the character of Gambit. So, but again, this feels like a high-budget pilot episode. Just amazing. Cinematography, the shooting, the locations, the use of lighting, just the image quality. It's all up to the standard that you would expect from an official Hollywood production. I was very impressed to see Eric Roberts is in this, and he plays Nicky Lanero. Roberts, of course, is a very well-known actor. Now, the story is that an old adversary of Gambit, played by Roberts, wants to beat him in a poker game, along with a number of other people who wish to kill him. And they're holding Rogue hostage as well. So he's unable to use his powers. If he does, she will be hurt or possibly even killed. This was probably my favorite of all of the fan films on this list. It's a great adaptation of the X-Men characters. And of course, the fights and stunts are superb, but also the blending of visual effects, really superb. It's very much worth your time. All of these fan films are made with such dedication, maximum effort, and of course, love of the source material. And they're offering a unique perspective that I really wish we could see in the official versions of all of these franchises. So you've got to check these out. The most important thing of all is that these fan films are offering compelling stories that are engaging, and they're doing it with high production standards and telling those great stories in relatively short run times as well. So that goes to show that a lot can be done with relatively limited resources if you've got the right talent, and the makers of these fan films are incredibly talented, and you can see that on the screen. So check out these fan films from the links below. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe for more, hit that like button, share the video. Take care, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.